Here.
Thank you. Acceptance of agenda. I would like to make a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor? At this time, we have the student representative report.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So, what we have going on in the school right now, the class of 2025 is planning a Queen of Hearts dance for Valentine's Day. That's coming up, I believe, probably February 14th or the Friday. And then Model UN, sorry, should I be louder? Should I be louder?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Model UN, the members are getting ready to go to Harvard, where they'll stay overnight for 3 days for one of their meetings. I'm not sure the appropriate term for that. And then Student Council is hosting a dodgeball tournament March 8th. And Triam and Multicultural Club are holding a multicultural talent show March 27th. And that's all I have for the student representative report.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Very exciting. Thank you.
Okay. At this time, do you have a need for an early executive? For the purpose? There we go. Be it resolved, the Board of Education enters executive session at 6:05 for the purpose of reviewing the employment history of particular persons or person. presentation, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Good evening, everyone. On this cold day, it's good to see your faces. We've had a couple of cancellations, and we're pretty excited about the new DEI initiatives, so I'm going to get right to it. We have a diversity, equity, and inclusion mission statement. It is on our website in the DEI section. So at the Hudson City School District, our mission is to support our diverse student body by providing each student with opportunity and access to a high-quality, rigorous, equitable education in welcoming and affirming inclusive environments where students can develop the 21st century skills needed to thrive in a global society, college, career, and life. I know you can tell I'm excited because this is a labor of love. So we had an original Equity Ambassadors posting. And the posting really covered a couple of things. As you see with the anticipated program dates, there's a little information, but it's not very descriptive. And then it talks about a seed program that was implemented. Pardon me for the pause. The challenges with the original posting are there wasn't really clear guidance regarding the meeting criteria and the stipend payments. And it focused on seed, but our new DEI community will be focusing on our Hudson City School District policy, as well as the New York State Education Department policy and culturally responsive sustaining framework. Also, in conversations with the HTA union president, their meetings are on Tuesdays. And in that original posting, the meetings were to be held on Tuesdays. That's a pretty busy day for all of us, district and school building administrators. So let's take a quick look at the new DEI community member posting. Ooh, pardon me. So this is a bit more detailed with the meeting criteria. We've got our mission statement. We've got what it takes to be a DEI community member and the reporting structure, selection criteria, qualifications, responsibilities. So it's pretty detailed. And it's predictable. People know exactly what to expect. There's clear guidance. There's a clear mission. Again, all the things that I just discussed. And what's really wonderful is that DEI community members are going to have monthly assignments. So we're going to get a lot of good work done this school year for our students and staff. So on the website, there is a new DEI Community Strategic Plan Part 2. Now, if you've seen the first one, right under that, you will see the second one. It was posted recently. So this is where we're headed. This gives a lot of information. We're going to look at the culturally responsive sustaining framework. New York State already has it. And best practices research really were consulted to put it together. We're looking at 4 major pillars. We're going to create welcoming and affirming environments for students. We're going to foster inclusive curriculum and assessment. Students need to see themselves in the curriculum and the assessments, make that connection. Encourage high expectations and rigorous instruction, and participate in and facilitate ongoing professional learning. That's one part that the DEI community is going to work on. And then the second part is a book study, which is going to be really exciting. We're going to be using Culturally Responsive Teaching and the Brain by Zaretta Hammond. We're going to take a look at the neuroscience behind learning. It's going to be really riveting. I'm actually in a book study right now, and I've completed 6 chapters, and I'm finishing the last 3, and I said, wow, wait until everyone is able to read this book. We're going to look at identity, voice, and agency. Advocating for yourselves, agency. Unpacking the neuroscience of learning, and identifying what those examples are. Developing a passion for building relationships and community. We really have to take a look at making connections. We reach children, then we can teach children. Valuing diversity, equity, and inclusion, and identifying the benefits of culturally responsive instruction, because it benefits each student. So that means every student benefits. Then we're going to have implicit bias training through the New York State United Teachers, and this training is really, really great. It's done in such a wonderful, I call it healthy and healing ways. People walk away pondering, and they feel comfortable learning the information the way it's presented. So I think this is going to be good. It helps to define and provide bias. What is bias, actually? And how can we identify those biases and stereotypes? Looking at ways to challenge biases, stereotypes, and microaggressions. Yes?
Will that be administered to all of the teachers or to the DEI?
No,
committee?
DEI community, because this is all about the DEI community. That eventually we will get to the teaching staff. We have to start with the community first. All right, we're going to look at culture. What is it? And identify some examples. And then looking at cultural inclusivity. And then let's take a look ahead. We'll have some training for teachers and staff. And then we're going to review some data, write action plans, and we'll have some wonderful team presentations. So I'm excited because this team is going to be doing a lot collaboratively and working with school teams to support our precious students. So the strategic plan, I just went over those things. That's just a quick and dirty of them again. And then what we will use to do this great work is we will use a pre-planning document. That means we're going to make sure that our goals are targeted and that we complete them. This is a pre-planning document. So we're going to look at what is a possible inequity. How do we know that it's an inequity? They will write down, meaning the team members, a couple of reasons. We're only going to address 1 to 2 areas at a time because we meet once monthly. We will write SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Those goals are important because we need to align them to the standards. Everything we do needs to have alignment to our standards. And so, we will be going over this monthly as a team. And conclusion here, alrighty. I talked about the pre-planning document. What's going to happen is There will be a Google document. Our team members, the DEI community, they will fill out the information on that document, and it'll be easy to pull up on a spreadsheet. We're going to always let the data speak for us and drive our decision-making, our action steps as a team. Our first DEI community kickoff meeting is on January 31st, 2024 from 3:30 to 6:30. The posting did go up. We had 19 interested candidates. We conducted interviews last week, and we're finishing up the interviews this week, and on Friday we will make our announcement. Thank you so much for your time, and get ready to see some great work from our new DEI community.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, how many, community members or teachers or staff or anybody reapplied from the old?
We had two,
Okay.
yes.
Did you interview all 19 candidates?
No, some of
Okay.
the candidates who were interested, they wanted to look at the time, and I said the time's 3:30 to 6:30, so they will have to join us probably in the future. But we have a total of 11 interviews. Yeah, out of the, yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Varsity football merge informational presentation.
Good evening. So basically, I'm just here to answer any questions that anyone may have about the possible merger. Last week, we had a community informational meeting and went through the possibility of a merger, what it would look like, the benefits of that. We then sent out a survey to our community, our parents of current football players, anyone interested in playing football in the upcoming year, as well as trying to target our parents of our Pop Warner Youth Football Program to see where they stood as they will be up and coming football players here for the school district, hopefully. So if anyone has any questions regarding what the merger would look like, where we are in that process, I'll do my best to answer those for you. Yes.
Yeah, I realized I'm not clear how long we anticipate this merger proceeding for, how long we expect to be merged, and knowing that we're attempting to strengthen our incoming football playing population, do we foresee a time when we would return to Hudson being on its own?
So mergers, the way they are done through Section 2 in New York State, they are yearly. You have to reapply every year. So we are merged with Ichabod Crane for swimming. This is our second year. So at the beginning of the school year, there's a merger deadline for each specific season. So we have to reapply. We put the paperwork in with the section. Board then reapproves it each year for those things to happen. So it wouldn't necessarily have to be long-term. Based on enrollment numbers, do I foresee us being able to have 3 levels of football just on our own? I don't know. Just looking at kind of the numbers that we've had in our current 10th, 11th, and 12th graders and the issues we had having enough players, those are the similar numbers that we see in our elementary school. And one of the big positives of doing a merger is us getting back to having 3 levels of football, modified meaning 7 and 8, JV 9 and 10, varsity 11 and 12. Of course, you always have a kid or two who may move up a level based on their skill and development. But we haven't had JV football here in quite a while. And I think that's part of our problem with getting kids to continue playing. Just knowing that as a 7th grader, you have to go compete against a 9th grader, which is a huge difference in maturity, size, skill level. And then the same thing happens as a 10th grader has to then play with seniors So we've seen in the last 2 years kids that played in ninth grade on the modified not play as sophomores for some of those specific reasons.
Did you-
When was the last time we had a JV program?
I don't know the exact year. I would say it's got to be at least 5. It's been a while. And Chatham, the school we're looking at doing this with, is in the same boat. They lost their JV team a while ago as well. So they're kind of looking at this the same way we are, at least from the athletic department's stance. Being able to get back to that 3 levels is, for me, probably the biggest positive out of this, because we can just get kids at a developmentally appropriate level and, see continued success, hopefully. Yes.
I didn't make it to the meeting, so I don't know if this was answered before, but one of the concerns that I'm hearing at home is at the JV level, there aren't other teams locally, so who would they be playing against?
So the schedule would actually, another thing that would benefit us is our JV schedule would then mirror our varsity schedule, which it currently does not. Right now, the way we run our modified program is we basically compete against all other Patroon Conference schools that have football. So we're playing Catskill Caro, we play Taconic Hills, we play Chatham. It doesn't look at what class you are or what size school you are for the modifieds. So what would happen is our JV team then now would have the same schedule as our varsity team, would be playing those same teams, which again is another benefit in my opinion. Our JV kids are now seeing the same teams they're going to be playing at varsity, whereas we don't do that now with our current modified team. We're not playing the Ravinas, we're not playing the Glens Falls, we're not playing the Chalmonts that we would see as a varsity team, because those schools have JV, so our modifieds don't go play them because we bring 9th graders, their modifieds only have 7th and 8th grade. So actually that would be another benefit as well. So I'm glad you brought that up. Schedule-wise, that's who we'd be playing.
Did you get back the results of the survey yet?
Yes, so the survey was, in my opinion, overwhelmingly in favor. It was about 75% in favor, and then the other 25% was basically split in half as opposed, and then undecided. But 75% were in favor. There were, I believe, 78 responses. Any other questions, concerns? Okay, thank you, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay, old business.
Well, we're gonna do this first section, and then it's the policy. Yeah,
Varsity then. Skipping over.
the motion to, yeah, let's do that. Motion to open the public hearing.
Okay. Motion to open public hearing for local law number 3, establishing income levels for disabled low-income real property tax exemptions pursuant, what's that, the S459C of the New York State Real Property Tax Law at 641.
Any questions or comments? This is a law that we had a hearing about a month ago, and there were some revisions to it to include disabled and low income in addition to senior citizens.
Motion to close public hearing on local law number 3.
Second?
All in favor? Okay, so,
Yeah, I can So make a motion to accept local law number 3, whereas under Code 459C of the New York Real Property Tax Law, taxing jurisdictions, including school districts, may extend a real property tax exemption to a disabled and low-income citizens subject to income eligibility requirements. And whereas the Hudson City School District intends to extend this exemption for property owners who are disabled and low income, who meet specified income eligibility requirements as specified below, and whereas those income eligibility requirements are restricted by parameters established under RPTL 459C, and whereas the Board of Education of the Hudson City School District has considered adjusting the income limits governing this exemption in accordance with RPTL 459C, and whereas the Board of Education deems it appropriate and in the interests of property owners within the Hudson City School District that these income limits be adjusted under RPTL 459C, and whereas the Board of Education conducted a duly noticed public hearing on adjustments to these limits as now specified in this resolution on January 23rd, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the following income limits shall henceforth be applied within the Hudson City School District for purposes of determining eligibility for a real property tax exemption pursuant to RPTL 459C. Second.
Second.
All in favor? All right.
Yeah, you doing the policy?
So policy number 8130.2 is up for a second read, which is establishing and maintaining a safe and secure workplace for employees. Did anyone have any questions about it? Because we can adopt it tonight.
I think we have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I make a motion to adopt policy 8130.2, which is workplace violence prevention.
Second.
All in favor? Is this the one?
Yeah. So, age, dress, poll,
Okay, I would like to make a motion to accept personnel agenda items A through S, but I'm pulling letter E.
yeah. Pulling E for a vote at another time.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Tracy.
Oh, yeah. Welcome new staff.
Oh.
So tonight, I'd like to welcome Mr. Kenneth Bear. Mr. Bear is an educator with over 15 years of experience in education in districts of various sizes. Most recently, he served as an associate principal for the Highland Falls Fort Montgomery Central School District, following 4.5 years at the middle school level for the Poughkeepsie City School District. Mr. Bear replaces Carolyn Miller, who left the district for another employment opportunity. Mr. Bear will work directly with the principal of the junior high school, Ms. Rhode Cooper. He holds a New York certification in physical education, K through 12, as well as a school building leader professional certification. In addition to having degrees from CUNY York and CUNY Leham, Mr. Bear attended West Virginia University and SUNY Cortland. In his free time, Mr. Bear enjoys spending time with his wife and 2 daughters, grilling and attending football games as a season ticket holder of the New York Jets. Welcome, Mr. Bear. It's great having you join our team, and thank you so much for choosing us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Just want to say I'm really happy to be here. It's been really kind of me since I started. There's a great support system in place. Dr. Penderman and her staff has been fantastic. dedicated staff, phenomenal students, and a caring community. So I'm really looking forward to what the future holds, and thank you again.
Thank you. Sorry about the Jets.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
No?
Okay. Superintendent update.
No,
Nobody
nobody
signed
signed
up.
Nobody signed up?
No.
Sure, thank you. So I'd like to update everyone by just speaking of, we've had some great wins here the past few months. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who came to the Family Fun Night last Friday. We had a wonderful time. I want to thank my staff who were able to come and help with that and to show their support. Board members, I want to thank you all also for attending. Second, we've just won a Stronger Together grant from the State Department. Everything we do here at Hudson is a team effort. So I just want to, thank the team, and I also want to thank Ms. Pat Bianchi, who's been working with us, laboring through those grants, and have to hear me say, keep going, we're going to get one, we're going to get one. So I do want to say this is just the beginning of many more grants. There's so many great things that are going to be happening. I am so proud of the student advisory teams that I've met with so far this year. Today, most recently, I met with my junior high, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade student advisory team. And boy, I tell you, they really know what they want our school district to be and what they want for our students. I was so proud to meet with them. I just want to thank you for your continued support. I will be, my tentative date for presenting my superintendent's 125-day should be the last board meeting of February, February 27th, with all the different changes. The past few Tuesdays, we've had to push a few things back, but I should be prepared to present on February 27th. And in the meantime, again, I just want to say thank you so much for your support, and please, everyone, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve consistent items A through T.
Second.
All in favor?
Just wanted to make a note on item we just voted on. Very pleased to announce that the Hudson City School District and Hudson Teachers Association now have a new 3-year contract. The contract is retroactive to July 1st, 2023 and runs through July 30th, 2026. It makes our teachers amongst the highest paid teachers in the region. This contract represents the successful intersection of shared goals. It demonstrates the esteem our Board of Education has for our educators. We know how hard our teachers work. We know how dedicated they are. And we know the skill, talent, and expertise they bring to their classrooms every day. The board was committed to crafting an agreement that met the teachers' union's needs. We listened to their feedback and discussed the union's priorities. And we're so pleased that this contract has been ratified by the union's membership. Thirdly, the board believes this contract is a fair, equitable, and financially responsible contract for our taxpayers. It's always a vital consideration. Also happy to note that through this contract, our teachers will more extensively collaborate with administrators to provide additional supervision throughout our buildings and make our schools a safer and more inviting environment. Overall, we're proud that this contract will position the Hudson City School District to move forward. It's another example that in Hudson, together we can.
You can.
And clap. Here,
Yeah.
here are claps here. Also happy to show our support for the football merger. Thank you to Sean Briscoe and all the members of our community who helped come